And we got into a conversation, and when I asked him what he does, he said something that really made me think for almost a month. He said,
"You mean you were in the military before you met the guy?"
Yes, I was in the military before I met the guy. So I've gone for a course. I've gone for a course overseas. So I was at the airport flying back to Ghana when I met the gentleman, and then the question was, I asked him what he does for a living. He said, I help people own their lives. I'm like, I mean, this is quite strange. How do you help people own their life? Then he gave me his card and said I should call him when we get to Ghana. So on the full flight for 8 hours, I was just thinking about what this guy said, and I was trained to believe that your life belongs to the state. You are a property of the War Department of the state. So that was a very, very striking statement for me. And when we got to Accra, I think the following day I called him and said, hey, you said you help people own their life. How do you go about that? He said, okay, it's not something we can discuss on the phone. Can I meet him? And then we'll discuss. I said, okay, I'll close at work at 2 o'clock, so I'll meet you after work. So I met him, and to cut a long story short, he introduced me to my first MLM business, and I got excited, I got interested, took it up and started running. I was signing 13, 14 people a day.
Wow.
And I think one of the things that has helped me to be successful in almost all the businesses I've done is because I take it as work, and that is the difference between success and failure. Everybody has opportunity, but it's what you do with it. So I told myself that if I was working in the bank, if I was working in my military work, I was working anywhere, you go to work from 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock and you close at 5. If you put in the same amount of time into your business, working from 8 o'clock to 5 p.m. every day, because you go to work every day, and within that period, assuming you are able to talk to 20 people every day, you alone, it means that at the end of the week, you would have spoken to at least 120 people by yourself alone. Teach 5 of your downlines to your success partners to do the same. Collectively, the 5 of you, the 6 of you, would have spoken to close to 700 people in that week. And if you are even getting a success rate just 10% or 20%, you are looking at plus or minus 100 people joining your organization every single week. And that was the approach, So I learned the basics and applied your personal hard work and personal discipline to it, because it's a marathon. It's not something that you start today and you see success tomorrow. If I was still in the military, it was going to take me 32 years to get to the rank of a general. So you know that, okay, if you are a general, this is the amount of money you'll be making. So if I'm aiming at a business that will give me an equivalent amount of money or even more in terms of money, you have to be patient at it and you have to put in a lot of hard work. So that is how I approached it. And I was really, really successful over there. What made me join Longbridge was when I look at the relative ease with Longbridge as compared to the opportunity that I had. Because Longbridge, I always say that opportunity is the University of Network Marketing. Once you can succeed there, you can succeed anywhere. Because you have to learn how to recruit, you have to learn how to sell, you have to learn how to train. And these are the foundations of a successful business in any MLM organization. So I had to learn the rope from there and then apply some form of discipline to it, and then success was inevitable. In Longbridge, it was easy, but at the same time it's difficult in the sense that every organization, it does not matter which organization it is. Every organization needs proper structures to grow.
Yeah.
It is not for any, it's not for a joke that if you look at the Nigerian army or the Nigerian military organization, there is the generals, there is the lieutenants, captains, then there is the second lieutenants, then there is soldiers. So it's in that form, you get it. And that is the foundation. The structure is the foundation of the organization. So I saw my business as a military organization. I saw it as, so when I'm bringing in partners, you're identifying those that could become your lieutenants, right? Those that have the natural leadership flair, have strength in other departments. So there are people in the organization that are good at organizing meetings. They will be able to organize a whole meeting. They'll put a meeting together. They will create the flyers. Then there are other people in the team that are good at presentation. Then there are other people in the team that are good on follow-up. Then there are other people in the team that are good on encouraging people. Yeah. So you need all these people together to be able to get the whole team machinery moving. I mean, one group cannot succeed on its own. It's a collective effort of all these different traits. And you have to put it properly in an organization form so that you could succeed. So for language, it was an easy but a difficult project. I found it very easy compared to the other companies in terms of compensation plan. You cannot find a long-range compensation plan in any product-based company as of now. You cannot.
Wow.
You get it? So it is unmatched. But your ability to structure the organization as a complete team to function is what is the tricky aspect. And I think that is the point that a lot of partners miss. People think that once you join long range, automatically you're supposed to become rich. Yeah. But they don't understand that you need to work it as a business. You will need to put in the effort, put in the time, put in the required finances and resources into it, and also to put together a very, very good structure. The structure is everything. If you can invest time and effort into building a solid structure, getting to star director, getting to 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, it will just be a consequences of time. Because the structure is solid, it is just time that will take you from where you are to where you want to be. So when you ask my take on it, that is absolutely what I think.
Wow. So who now introduced you? How did you now come to join Longbridge? What was your beginning Longbridge like?
It was interesting. When I started, there's a gentleman, I know, I wish you probably know him. His name is Andy. Andy came to my house.
So Andy is the upline?
Yes, Andy came to my house some time ago and came to talk to me about Longbridge, right? And when he came to talk to me about it, I want to bring your attention to the fact that the number one thing that wins any war in any military encounter is strategy. Because if Ghana is to fight against Nigeria army, the same weapons the Nigerian army have is the same weapons we also have. The same armored cars we have is the same armored vehicles we have. The same bullets is the same bullets we have. What makes one party win the war is the strategy you put in place. So strategy in this business is everything. If you can think strategically, it means you have a chance to succeed. So when I was first introduced by Andy, I looked at the whole business, I looked at the whole plan, and I asked myself, what is the best strategy for me to reach as many people as I need to? So I thought about it for about 2-3 hours in the middle of the night, and then I came up with a plan. The plan was to be able to advertise in the biggest newspaper in Ghana.
Wow.
So I'm going to share my screen and put the advert so that other partners could also see it. Right. So this was the advert I put out in the newspaper. So if you look at it, that was my strategy. If you look at the advert you are seeing, it was full color advert as you are seeing it.
You put
So I put in, this was like the Punch newspaper in Nigeria. It's the biggest, the Daily Graphic is the biggest newspaper in Ghana. So I put in the major distributed needed urgently, right? I put in the incentives, I put in the product, I put in some pictures of the product. And what is important is that I put in the amounts needed to be able to be a partner. So major distributor, that was for VIP amount. Minor distributor, that was a platinum amount. And then affiliate distributor is a silver amount. So every single person that called me on this advert knew the financial implications of the call. They knew that they needed this amount of money to start. So from this, I was able to generate over 600 calls across the country. Wow. Now group them into zones. So let's say in Nigeria, let's say the people that called me from Lagos, I'll do a seminar, I will travel to Lagos, do a seminar, invite all of them, present to them. Those who want to join, sign up immediately, you pay your money. I move on to Abuja, same thing. I move on to Calabar, I move on to Uyo, I move on to Kaduna, I move on to Jos. So by that, I was able to move around 5 different states. I mean, by the time I had done the 5 different states, I had already qualified for my first car.
Wow. Wow.
You know, so strategy, I believe, is the key to success in this business. Once you've clearly defined what you want to do, you have to find out how you want to achieve it. And then once you can decide how you want to achieve it, you are able to put in place a needed strategy to succeed. So that is how I was able to qualify for a car in less than 3 months in the business.
Wow, this is amazing. I love this.
Right.
So
strategy for me is everything.
Strategy.
Yeah, strategy is everything.
So how were you able to put in, what strategy did you now use to rank up? Because many people are hungry, they are tired, they are stuck in where they are. What strategy do you put in place to build your business to the level you are now? Aside what you just showed us.
You know, as you start collecting people into the organization, you are asking yourself that the best thing, the best model is to have stockists scattered across. So you are looking at, if you go to, let's say, Sokoto to go and do a presentation, your first initial presentation, your as part of your overall strategy, you do not just want to sign people in Sokoto, but you also want to be able to get stockists over there. Stockists that will make the product accessible for the people you are registering. So my strategy was that, okay, every state that I was going, I was first of all looking for a stockist before looking for distributors. So you're at the back of your mind, any potential person that can become a stockist, you would want to introduce that person, right? And that was very, very important. So when we started getting stockists, then you see that the structure is taking shape. So you look at this state, you have one stockist you can send people to, you have one person that can do presentations, and then you are gradually putting those small groups together. Right. So as that continued, then the movement from one rank to the other is just a natural consequence of a good structure. So as you put in place those structures, moving up the ranks is just natural. You see that as they all become productive, you will just jumping from one rank to the other, to the other, and you keep going.
This is great. This is great. I hope you guys are having value in this. Whatever nugget you're getting from from this interview, I want you to drop it in the chat box. We are having challenges connecting this to Facebook because maybe because of the network, I don't know what is happening. But for those of us who are on Zoom, make sure you're dropping what you are learning on the chat box. Take note of what you are learning. Strategy is what one thing we've gotten from this interview is that the strategy, set up strategy that will help you grow your business. I remember when I also started and I discovered that there are some places that doesn't have stockists in our country. I had to target those areas so as to have team members there and also have stockists in those areas. And so thank you. Did you and when did you join Longbridge?
I think I am 4 years now in Longbridge.
Now, if you come long with the how many star directors do you have in your network now?
All star directors in Ghana, apart from my upline and my team.
Wow!
All of them, apart from my upline and my team.
Even
and then
the first female star director.
Yes, she's my organization. You know, when we did the car award, the last car award, we gave over 95 cars and about 83 were all in my team.
95. 4 years in the business, 95 cars, 83 in your team.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about that? When compared to when you got started and you see you creating more millionaires, how will you compare it to when you were in the service?
Of course, this is more fulfilling because you look at life that you have touched, you see touching stories, people mentioning you here and there, life that you have touched, and that is quite amazing because at some point, the gratitude goes beyond the money. You're making the money, but what you're excited about is that people are happy, people have been able to change their financial situation, people's lives have been changed, their lives have been touched. And but that for me is gratifying, you know, knowing that we have touched lives here and there, and that is very, very important.
That's true, and that is one of the things that made us to join this profession. The fact that it gives you the opportunity to touch more life. Were there times when you got started, like you know, you guys in the military, you are so organized. That is one thing I respect from the military. Very, very organized, and also they're always having targets in mind. I know you also apply the military tactics in your business. Instead of going all out, you have to go back first and before you shoot.
Yeah, I mean, and that is what I told you about strategy. Some people start the business, and as soon as you sign up, they start running. No, you have to take about a day to think about where do you want to go and how do you want to get there. You know, if you miss that small thinking period, it might take you 2 years. You wouldn't know where you are going because the question you ask is that I don't know. There's a gentleman who is called Howard Hill, right? And Howard Hill, in the history of archery, is the greatest that has ever been. He was the first person to kill a lion with a bow and arrow. He was the first person to kill an elephant with a bow and arrow. He was the first person to kill a whale with a bow and arrow. Howard Hill entered into 27 Olympic archery competitions, and 27 times he was a champion. You know, so, I mean, when it comes to archery, he was matched. And for those of you who might not know archery is using bow and arrow in competitions, right? So anybody can be trained to be better than him. And I say so under only one condition. One of the condition is that If you blindfold him with a very thick cloth, and you give him a bow and arrow, and you spin him several times, and just ask him to shoot at a watermelon you have put at a distance, he will not be able to shoot it. Even with how good he is, he won't be able to shoot it, and he will not be able to shoot it. And anybody that can throw a bow and arrow after 5 or 6 times might hit the watermelon, but Mr. Howard will not be able to hit it. And the reason why he won't be able to hit it is because, you see, he cannot shoot at a target he can't see. You get it?
Yeah.
But let me even put it in a better way. You cannot shoot at a target you don't even have. So if you start a business and you don't have any target in mind, there is nothing you are pursuing, nothing you are chasing. There is nothing that is fueling you to go out there and do more. When I started, it was not Long Reach that told me to advertise my business in the newspaper. It was as part of my strategy. My target was to get the car, and my strategy was the newspaper.
I know this business is all about attention. The more attention you have, the more money you make. And as a result of that newspaper, you got lots of attention. You say you got over 600 people who approached you.
Yes.
They saw the money. For some of us who want to even hide the money, this is what they saw the money they need to use to come on board.
Yes.
Wow. Do you have challenges when you were in your journey in this business? Is there any challenges you had?
Yeah, absolutely. You will have challenges. Some of the challenges are internal, some of the challenges are external. You know, internal challenges, you know, there will be difficulties. You would have to be the problem solver of the entire team. There will be difficulties. Some people would reject you, and some of the team members, and all these are part of the processes of growth. You know, I always say that you need to get a certain number of no's to find a yes. So when the no comes, you take it in the back. When the yes comes, you celebrate it. So that is it. Challenges will always come, and direction is one of the biggest challenges you have. Financial challenges is also one of the biggest you have, because you would need to fuel the business. You would need to invest some money in the business, doing flyers, traveling here and there, you know. So those are one of the challenges you have. Then sometimes self-inflicted challenges that you get distracted, you don't get focused on. You know, I always say that anytime you start a project, you have a goal with it. When you have not achieved it, you cannot do other stuff or move to other things. Right? And some people blindly do that because they don't have anything in mind, they don't have any target in mind. And because they don't have any target in mind, they are easily persuaded to dangle around. And once you do that, you would end up doing everything but not be able to achieve anything at all. You get it? So it's very, very important that these people understand that everybody's situation is different. I cannot look at Mr. Charles and align my ways and businesses like him, because his peculiar situation might not be the same as mine. You get it? So those are the challenges that everybody would need to overcome to be able to succeed with this business.
Wow, that's great. So most times, every leader in this business have similar challenges, especially with team member. I see people with most of the common complaint I have from distributors in our business is that they don't have people. Their team members are not working. Were there times you had that challenges where your team member wasn't working?
Yes, your team members will not be working because the fellow or the person Could be because of two reasons. First, because the fellow of the person did not understand the concept or didn't even want to join the business on their own. You know, there are people that have come to my organization and we sit down and discuss before we do the registration. And from the conversation that we have, I advise that don't join this business. Take your money away. I don't want you to feel you are coming to throw your money away. There have been instances like that. Some people come and they are joining the business because other people said they should join, or they are joining the business because they want to please somebody. I mean, Ogacha, they chase me too much. I just drop 60K and join this and collect this or that, and you understand. So people have to join the business because they want to do it, and they have something in mind. They have something they are going for. Because remember, when you have a lot of people who are unexcited about the business, you just have a bunch of idiots, and they will not be they wouldn't be productive to the organization. They wouldn't be productive to you. In fact, they will not be productive to themselves. So it is important. Yes, it's important that if you realize that this person is better off in the organization, you go for it. Otherwise, they will come in and they will not do anything because they were forced to join and they must be forced to work. People must join because they want to join, and they must work because they understand the need to work. That's all.
Wow, that's great. So what are your success stories so far in Longreach, and what tips, what other tips will you want to share with young ones who are people who are new in the business and those who are old in the business, who have not started having results now? Because I know some people have spent years in the business, but it's like they are having so much anxiety now, they feel like quitting. What advice do you have for them?
Okay, to all those who have just joined and those who are yet to join, my advice is very simple. Be sure of what you want to do. Be excited about it. Show great enthusiasm about it. Tell yourself that this is what I want to do, and I want to commit this number of time to it. You know, I would recommend a minimum of 3 years. Make a decision that you are dedicating 3 years of your life to build this business, and go all out and build it with every single facet of strength that you have. I mean, talk to people every day, train people, work with people, find customers and sell products to them. Have the daily routine that you are doing as if you're working in any organization, and you are, in this case, you are paying yourself. So once you have that mindset, success is just a matter of time. Don't look at the business as a get-rich-quick scheme, because it's honestly not a get-rich-quick scheme. You will need to put in some work. You need to put in some effort. You need to coordinate the activities of people. You need to reach out to them and encourage them. You need to do all this so that you can now expect that you will succeed. So if you are not willing to do this, there's no need to come and waste your money. You use it for other things. Use it for whatever you want, but you should be willing to do it. And when you are able to do it, the reward is great. Because I've seen people doing 10 million naira a week. I've seen people doing 20 million naira a week. There are so many organizations in Nigeria and in Ghana that even when you work there for 5 years, you cannot get a 5 million naira bonus. You get it. So if you have seen that it is worth it, and it will take you 2 or 3 years to build it, please go out and put in all the effort that you can put in to be able to do it and succeed.
Thank you.
And then to those of you who are already in it who feel like giving up, my short message to you is that think about why you even started this business in the first place. And you wouldn't want to go and your name is attached to the tag attached to your name is that, oh, look at that person that tried and failed. I mean, I know and believe that you can succeed once you persist and move. Sometimes it might be 1 or 2 things that you didn't do right from the beginning that is not letting you succeed. So you will need to reassess yourself, reassess what you want to do. Go and sit down. No, what's it on? Or is my daughter?
Yeah.
Right. So you need to reassess and be ready, and then take it from where you left, because there are people that have taken them 5 years to get to star director in Longbridge. I even read a story of somebody who took the person 7 years to get to star director in Longbridge. So it is not late for you. It's not a race. It's not a rush. If others can do it in 1 year, 2 years, 8 months, it's fine. But go at your own pace, but do not give up on your own dreams. That is important.
Fantastic. Really want to thank you for this opportunity to hear from you on how you built your business. When you started, I really love that analogy you gave regarding the military service that it would take you. How many years to be a general? Is it 31 years?
33 years.
33 years to be a general, and you made a comparison with your business, and what you are going to earn when you become a general. Was it because of network marketing you quit your job?
Yes, absolutely. I quit because of network marketing. Because at some point, let me tell you what happened. At some point, I was making so much money, and they were paying me so little, and there was so much work on the other side, so much freedom on this side. I just had to make the decision.
So you chose freedom. You chose freedom.
Of course.
Thank you very much. I know you're a very busy man, so we want to let me see if you guys have 1 or 2 questions you want to ask before we allow SD to go. Just 1, 2 questions. Let me just take 2 questions. Drop it in the chat box. The chat box. Don't ask the question you ask your upline. Don't ask for product catalog. Don't ask for the entry level. Because before I know, I will never see those questions here. What are your success stories? It's just success stories. Theodora, where are you from? I think you mentioned 1 or 2 success stories. It's like I want to hear the things you have enjoyed in Longbridge. They want to hear that.
Oh, okay.
Like your team members who have success. They want to hear that.
So let me tell you the interesting stuff. My part is in how successful my team members have become. So I've been able to produce about 6 star directors in my organization. Everybody among these star directors have at least received 3 or 4 cars from Longbridge. I myself have received 4 cars from the company. We have done multiple trips altogether, everybody 12 to 20 times we've traveled together. When it comes to money, I mean, I would not want to talk up too much about it, but on the average, everybody has made over $250,000 to $300,000 within this period.
Wow!
So it is exciting.
$250, $1,000. You guys, how many organizations will you work with that you earn that kind of money in less than 4 years? How many of them? And with the amount of entry in the business, well, we only have few of that. So somebody is asking, how were you able to handle rejection?
Yes, I mean, it is about preparing your mind that is part of the success. So once you know that being rejected is part of the process of succeeding, when you are rejected, you are not bothered, because you already know from the beginning that, okay, some will say yes, some will say no, some will say maybe, some will want to go and think about it, you know, and that is exciting. Once you know that from the beginning, anytime you meet it, you are not bothered about it, because you're already anticipating it as you go along, you know. So that is it. I knew that some will say no, some will say yes. So when a no comes, no problem. I know that I have to go through a certain number of no's to get a yes, and it's the yes that I'm going for. So it wasn't a bother at all.
Fantastic. Man,
You shouldn't be emotional about it.
fantastic. Wow, wow, wow. These are amazing. These are amazing. We got a different perspective on how we can build our business. Well, if you love today's presentation, if you love today's interview, I want you to drop, I am excited. I'm excited on the chat box. Send some thank you message to SD Nick OWUSU. OWUSU. So,
Okay, Charles, thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it.
thank you.
And thank
For those
to
of
all the
you
people.
on Facebook, I'm going to upload these on YouTube so that we can share it. I'm also going to upload it on Facebook also. So I'll send you guys the link on WhatsApp. So thank you very much, guys, for being part of today's show. See you next week with another SD.
Okay, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.
You too.